Welcome to the Deep Dive. We're the show that takes your sources and, well, really digs into them to find the story behind the story. Today, we're diving into a world where suburban life looks perfect on the outside, but underneath, it shatters. It all revolves around a school trivia night, believe it or not. You've given us some amazing material, character thoughts, official reports, the whole lot. Our job. Untangle this mess of secrets, betrayals, and these really surprising connections that lead to one tragic night.
It's quite a story. And what gets me is how these small social issues, little grudges, personal histories, they don't just bump into each other. They actually build up, creating this intense pressure cooker. So we'll look at it from all angles, figure out not just what happened, but really try to grasp the why. Why did these people do what they did?
Okay, let's get into it. So the setting is Pirriwee, this coastal town, and specifically Pirriwee Public School. We have these observations from Mrs. Ponder, an older neighbor. She mentions loving the crazy babble of children's voices. But she also paints this picture, right? Mothers in tight gym gear, glued to phones, fathers trying to look casual, a real mix of people, tradies, wealthy execs, all at this one school. What did that tell you early on?
Well, Mrs. Ponder's view is fascinating because she picks up on something off, even before the trivia night. She hears bad language, specifically someone screaming a swear word near the playground, where you'd expect, singing or kids laughing. It's not just the throwaway detail. It feels like an early warning, a crack maybe in that perfect image. It hints that maybe this community isn't quite as put together as it looks. Tensions are already there, simmering under the surface.
And the other accounts you shared, looking forward, they make it clear this wasn't just simmering. It boiled over big time.
Yeah.
At the Audrey and Elvis trivia night, we get so many different takes on what caused the final tragedy. Bonnie says it was a terrible misunderstanding.
Right, while Stu just blames women, calling them Olympic athletes of grudges. Typical.
Then Miss Barnes, the teacher, she points to helicopter parents.
And the principal, Mrs. Lippman, just tragedy and deeply regrettable. Full stop, no comment.
Carol blames an erotic book club, of all things.
Yeah, and Harper's fixated on the incident at the kindergarten orientation day. Graham talks about the mummy wars, stay-at-home versus career moms. Thea even throws in a French nanny angle.
It's like everyone has their own pet theory.
Exactly, and that itself is revealing, isn't it? When something awful happens, people often project their own stuff onto it, their biases, their worries. Each person sees it through their own filter. It makes it obvious there's no single, simple answer here. Not possible. And then you have the detective sergeants report the autopsy. Rib fractures, shattered pelvis. I mean, this was violent. It blows that whole misunderstanding idea right out of the water. This was serious.
It really underscores the gap between perception and reality. A school event ending like that. So to understand how Pirriwee became this powder keg, we need to go back to the fault lines. Starting with kindergarten orientation day. Seems harmless enough, right? But what signs were there?
Well, that's where a lot of the main players meet for the first time. And it's where the first real conflict sparks up. You've got Madeline Mackenzie. It's her 40th birthday. She's taking her daughter Chloe to orientation. And she sees someone texting and driving, so she confronts them, sort of spontaneously. Twists her ankle doing it.
That classic Madeline, the school prefect moment.
Exactly. And that injury brings her face-to-face with Jane Chapman. Jane's younger, a single mom, just moved to Pirriwee with her son, Ziggy, looking for a fresh start.
And that meeting, it seems small, but it's crucial, right? Jane's a bit intimidated at first by Madeline, these glittery girls. But then she's helping her, and this bond forms, instantly.
Yeah.
Over Madeline's glamorous injury.
Yeah, and it quickly pulls in Celeste right, too. They end up having this champagne breakfast together, this threesome forms. Jane feels like it's the start of something new, maybe more sophisticated. She found the whole thing a little bit thrilling, especially after her pretty mundane life before.
That immediate closeness is interesting. Madeline leaning on Jane as if they were old friends shows how quickly connections form sometimes, maybe out of need or just circumstances.
That same day, that day of new friendships, it also plants the seeds for major conflict. During the actual orientation, Amabella Renata Klein's daughter, accuses Ziggy of hurting her, specifically trying to choke her. Renata mentions seeing marks on her neck. And Renata, who's this, powerful career woman, very protective, she reacts instantly with righteous rage, demands Ziggy apologize.
Watch point. Right there.
Totally. Jane defends Ziggy immediately, insists he doesn't lie, but the other parents, they physically take tiny steps back, isolating her.
Yeah, creating that space around her is such a visual.
And Ziggy gets labeled, right then and there, little thug. based on one accusation.
Talk about snap judgments. It really sets the stage for everything that follows. And it connects back to what Madeline said earlier about the blonde bobs who kind of rule the school, these fundamentalist mothers
Yeah.
setting the social rules.
Absolutely. And that schoolyard stuff doesn't stay in the schoolyard. It gets tangled up with everyone's personal life. It shows how, our own baggage fuels these public fights. Take Madeline. She seems so confident, right? But underneath, she's dealing with a lot of insecurity, especially about her ex, Nathan, and his new wife, Bonnie.
Oh yeah, the whole Bonnie situation. The veganism, the Fing pear comment.
Yeah.
You feel Madeline's frustration.
And it gets really intense when her teenager, Abigail, decides to live with Nathan and Bonnie.
Right. And auctions her virginity online for one of Bonnie's charities. Madeline sees that as Bonnie changing Abigail, turning her into someone she's not.
Like creating a stranger. It speaks volumes about Madeline's own feelings of loss, maybe even grief. Her competitiveness, whether it's with Renata or Bonnie, it comes from this vulnerable place. It really digs into that whole maternal identity thing, the fight for influence, especially in blended families. Our insecurities really do come out in those close relationships, don't they?
Definitely. Then you shift to Celeste. So beautiful, makes Jane feel inadequate. But she's hiding this horrific secret.
The domestic violence? Perry, her husband, who seems so perfect to everyone else, she makes excuses for him, believes what Perry didn't count, calls it small stuff, thinks his rage is an illness.
She even goes to counseling, but you see her rationalizing it all. Susie, the counselor, picks up on it, how the violence is getting worse. Celeste even thinks, a little violence was a bargain price for this otherwise perfect life.
Ugh, that line is chilling. The contrast between the outside perfection and the inside reality is just stark.
And her reasons for staying, especially for the kids who idolized their father, it's such a common and tragic pattern in these situations.
Then the fact that her own son, Max, starts bullying, pushing Sky, Nathan and Bonnie's daughter, down the stairs, that forces Celeste to see it, doesn't it? That the violence isn't just in the home, it's spilling out through her kids.
And it connects to Perry's own past, being bullied as a kid. He uses that to justify being hyperprotective, his Secret Service guy thing.
Yeah.
It's this awful cycle repeating.
Meanwhile, Jane's still dealing with the fallout from orientation day. Ziggy's accused, and now there's a petition to get him suspended.
Started by Harper, Renata's friend.
Exactly, which shows how quickly rumors spread and how powerful that social judgment is, parents signing it who don't even know Ziggy. And this pressure forces Jane to reveal her own trauma, the real story of Ziggy's conception. This one-night stand with a guy, Saxon Banks, who attacked her, verbally, physically, left her with these lasting issues, body image stuff, this deep shame. And she admits moving to Pirriwee was, maybe subconsciously, about finding him.
It's such a raw moment. You see how that past trauma isn't just history, it's actively shaping her life now. That feeling she describes like a plane taking off when she confronts the parents with the petition. It's so visceral.
It really makes you think, doesn't it? How much of our reactions today are echoes of things that happened years ago? Are we ever truly free of our past?
That's a heavy question. Okay, so things are escalating. The trivia night is getting closer. Secrets start coming out.
Yeah, a few key things surface. Madeline finds out Celeste was the secret donor, Larry Fitzgerald, who gave $100,000 to shut down Abigail's website.
Which is amazing, right? Celeste, dealing with her own hell, quietly steps in to help Madeline's daughter. Shows this hidden strength, this desire for justice, maybe.
Definitely. And then Jane finds out from Ziggy the truth about the bullying. It wasn't him, it was Max, Celeste's son.
Max was the one hurting Amabella, and he pushed Sky down the stairs.
Yes. And the fact that Max moved from Amabella to Sky, it shows his behavior is escalating. It's a direct reflection of the violence he's seeing at home.
Wow. So these revelations start shifting things, exposing the real dynamics, pushing everyone closer to the edge.
And the night before the trivia night, tension is sky high. Madeline has a terrible day, peak PMS, she calls it, and accidentally hits Renata's car arguing with Abigail.
Oh boy.
Celeste, meanwhile, she's visibly hurt. Perry's violence is escalating, and she finally tells him she's leaving. She's actually leased an apartment. It's a huge step.
Good for her. It took immense courage.
And Jane, she gets a haircut, feels a spark with Tom the barista, even though Madeline wrongly told her he's gay, and decides, you know what, I'm going to that trivia night. She feels unaccountably happy.
It's like all these different emotional trajectories are converging on this one night. You can feel it building.
Absolutely. Everyone walks into that trivia night carrying so much baggage, their secrets, their breaking points. Perry's rage has been building for years.
And then you add strong alcoholic drinks. A late caterer, Thea called it a Recipe for disaster. The atmosphere is just charged, ready for anything.
And then it happens. The climax on the balcony, it's chaotic, people are drinking, and Jane sees Perry. She confronts him, says it right out loud. You said your name was Saxon Banks.
Oh my God. The reveal.
The most horrific aha moment imaginable. Perry, Celeste's husband, he's Ziggy's father. He's the man who attacked her. All the pieces slammed together.
And for Celeste, hearing that, it must have just broken everything, confirmed the worst. That Perry's cruelty wasn't just about her. It was casual cruelty. It went beyond their home.
It shatters any remaining illusions she might have had. And right then, Celeste also reveals Max is the bully, that she's leaving Perry. It all comes out in this incredibly intense rapid-fire sequence, ending in violence.
And Bonnie pushes him.
Yeah. In this moment of pure, primal rage, her face gets ugly with rage. She screams at him, "Your children see, we fucking see," and he falls. Fatal injury.
Silence. Then, the cover-up.
A collective instinct for self-preservation. Madeline, Ed, Celeste, Jane, Nathan, Bonnie, even Renata, they all agree. Lied to the police, didn't see a thing.
This instant alliance. Formed out of complicity, maybe, protecting Bonnie. It says so much about how extreme pressure can forge these unexpected bonds, even between enemies.
But secrets like that, they don't stay buried. Bonnie confesses she's haunted by her own childhood trauma, seeing her father hit her mother.
Right, she remembered the last time I saw my father hit my mother. That memory fuels her confession.
And Celeste confirms it, texting Madeline. Bonnie is telling the truth. The police, Detective Quinlan, they figure it out eventually, even though his first instinct was Celeste. I thought it was the wife, he said.
So the truth comes out. What a story. It really shows how interconnected these lives were, how easy it is to judge from the outside, to miss the pain hiding just beneath the surface.
Absolutely. It forces you to question those ideas of the perfect family, the perfect community, and how fast it can all unravel when the truth emerges. It reminds you, this can happen to anyone.
It really has been quite a journey through Pirriwee. From like playground gossip to a death on a balcony, we've peeled back those layers of suburbia, the struggles, the hidden courage, the damage secrets can do. It really makes you think, doesn't it? In your own life, how often do you think you know someone or understand a situation when really you only see a tiny part of the picture?
And even when you think you have all the answers, like we do now, looking back, do you ever really know what drives someone, what they're capable of? Especially when they're hiding something profound, it just challenges you to look deeper because the truth and the pain, they're usually way more complicated than they seem.